Americans have is financial literacy. So we've asked American Eagle Credit Union to come in once a month and sort of give us a little bit of a primer, to sort of give us helpful hints along the way to be able to save money. Per Alsap joins us, longtime friend of the show. Good morning, Per. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
What's your official title over there?
Okay, so my official title is Chief Community Engagement and Social Responsibility Officer.
I would say your official title should be all-around tremendous woman. You've been there
I love that. I love that.
You've been there how long?
28 years.
28 years, yeah. So
yes, I started as a baby.
She knows a thing or two about a thing or two. American Eagle Credit Union. We're talking about something that is so very important and can be so easy if you do a couple of simple steps. Savings.
Savings.
What do we want to know about savings?
Well, you know, if you look at research, it talks about that half of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings,
right.
And about 20 to 35% have no savings at all. Mm-hmm. So it's important to think about savings is a good indication of financial wellness. Right. So that's both long-term and then sufficient liquid savings.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So you need both of those. So you need the liquid for emergencies and for things that you want to buy, like anything you want to buy. It's like even with your woodworking type things.
Well, okay, but that's not emergency funds though.
No, that's not emergency. Emergency is so if you, let's say you lost. Also think about if you lost your job, which of course you're not.
Right.
But you want to have at least 3 to 6 months in savings, and if something comes up, you need that emergency savings.
Now, when you say 3 to 6 months in savings, do you mean my gross, or am I supposed to add up how much I owe each month and then come? How do you figure out 3 to 6 months of savings?
Well, it's really your lifestyle. So just think about what you make 3 to 6 months and have that just chalked away. If you have a lifestyle where you don't spend very much money, then don't worry about it.
Right.
You know, you might need, 3 months might be well.
Easier to do when you're 25 than when you're 55.
Yes.
Say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So we talk about emergency savings. We talk about more complex, which is for retirement, buying a home, saving for college. So you have those two different groups that you're talking about, your short term and then your long term.
Yeah.
So you want to have both of those going for yourself.
When you say liquid, do you mean in the stock market somewhere that I have to sell, or you mean like ready to go put my hands on in a mattress in my house?
Well, not so much a mattress in your house, but not the other. So what I'm saying is liquid is a savings account, which is very important to have a savings account and to have that automated. So it could be a savings account, a money market account, CD. They both need to be insured by either NCOA or FDIC.
Right.
So I'm saying money that you can get to if you need to without having to cash in anything.
Are there minimum amounts that people have to put in for these savings?
Well, I would say when you first talking about savings, and once you set your goals and you know how much you need to save, looking for the savings account is the next point. And then some accounts, there's no minimums, and you might want to go with something like that where you don't have a minimum, but you also, besides the goal and what you're saving for, automate.
Now, what do you mean by that?
What I mean by is automatically have money taken from your account, your checking account, direct deposit, put it in a separate savings account from your normal savings account so you won't touch it.
Right.
Call it something else. Just it's like out of sight, out of mind.
Isn't it amazing that somebody will make X amount of dollars, they want a raise, they get a raise, they get the extra money, and then 3 months later they're like, money, I don't know where I spend that money.
Right.
So if you take it out each week, each bi-week, whatever,
pay yourself first.
You don't even miss it.
Exactly.
You don't even know you're not doing it, and then it's going directly to this account.
There you go.
That I set up one of these accounts with American Eagle Credit Union. It's tremendous. I don't even know it's going. It's accruing money every week. It's a no-fee account.
Exactly.
And all of a sudden, you look up one day and you got $3,000 in this account. You're like, well, that's just found money. I would have wasted that money.
Mm-hmm. And so one of my tips, you actually alluded to it, is that when you get a bonus or, extra money or present of money, you should just take that and put it in that savings. You won't even miss it. Just take that bonus and put it in a savings. To me, that's a really good savings tip to go along with.
Right. Yeah. No, it's so true. And then you blink your eye and you've got $6,000, $7,000, $10,000, and then you find yourself, I don't want to buy that power tool.
And that's
I'd rather save it, right? I'll buy it on credit, But if I'm using my own money, whoa, hold on a second. I just saved all this money. I'm going to save it for something I really want.
And let it grow.
Yeah.
And I think that's the beauty of it. So I think when we talk about savings tips, we already talk about making it automatic.
Right,
So
yeah.
that's probably number one. And then even starting early, there's accounts that you can even start with your kids. So start early
was
for
thinking that
yourself,
too, for
but also
people.
start early for your children or your grandchildren. There's all kinds of accounts that sort of incent people when they actually save, young people when they save.
Right.
That's a great way to go as well. I talked about gifting the money and also have both short term and long term. We talked about that. It's good to have some short term so that you don't feel like you're always saving,
Right.
that you never have any pleasure in any of the money that you have.
Right.
So that's why it's good to do both.
And savings has nothing to do with the amount of money you make.
Absolutely not.
Because you hear these stories of these people who work, part-time jobs, and they working class guys who end up saving millions plus dollars over the course of their lifetime because they're just smart about their money.
And when we talked before, I think I've talked here before about financial wellness, and it doesn't mean that you don't make any money.
Right.
Because a lot of people don't save, or they take too many loans out,
Right.
or they spend too much.
You got millionaires who don't
Yes.
have any savings.
Exactly.
And you've got people making $40,000, $50,000 a year that have $60,000 in savings.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
financial wellness, savings is a big part of that.
Yeah. And it has nothing to do with the amount of money you make each and every year.
Absolutely not.
American Eagle Credit Union is set up to make it as easy as possible. Is it
That
not?
is correct.
Right?
That's right.
I mean, you can do it by yourself online. You can go to a branch.
You could do it on your phone,
do it on your
mobile.
phone.
You can do it on the phone. You can do all of that. So you can do online, mobile, in branch, call in. There's just so many different ways you can do it. You can even do e-deposit. Even if you have a check that you want to deposit, you can do that electronically.
And
So
Dawn in Highway K, who's the best, she set it up so it comes right out of my check, right into the account.
Don't even miss it.
And a matter of fact, I even turned off. I said I don't want statements each month.
Okay.
Because I don't want to know how much money's in there.
Right.
I just want to forget about it.
that's a great idea.
Right.
And it's so easy. A lot of people are afraid of saving, or they think it's so overwhelming, or when do I start? Start as soon as possible.
Yes.
Just pay yourself first. It doesn't have to be that difficult. It really doesn't.
American Eagle, ameaglecu.org is the website.
That is correct, sir.
And how many branches do you have?
Oh, we have at St. Louis, we have like 13.
Both
13
sides of the river?
branches. We have one in Shiloh.
One in Shiloh.
One in Shiloh, and then the rest are North County, West County, South County.
Scattered throughout.
Scattered all over.
But if you don't have a branch near you, everything you can do online.
Everything. As I mentioned, our online and our mobile are very, very popular.
And no fees. All of this is
No
free.
fees. Everything is free. And so you got to do it. You got to start saving today.
Warren Buffett said fees kill you. He just said that Saturday in his letter to investors. Fees kill you. So American Eagle Credit Union, ameaglecu.org. Thanks for coming in. Good stuff.
Thanks for having me.